Your toes.
Questions? Cheers. Cheers to infographics. Any questions for Simon? Yes. Enthusiastic.
So in my job, I turn 60 pages of data into a one-page report. Can you tell me a little bit more about why you're able to get 100,000 reviews on your data, and like a little bit more about the creative process of Jeff 3?
Yeah, so like for one of the projects we did, we worked with The Economist, where they took a 150-page white paper and boiled it down into like a really cool video. Hillary Clinton's going to be the one who eventually narrates it, but we released it on the web. We got several 100,000 views on it. You really have to just kind of take the top line data away from it. You're not going to be able to fit everything in, and that's what I was talking about, like a data overload. You really have to have an eye for what's going to be shared, what's going to be made for the snackable web. And it really is kind of an art. My background is in journalism. I wrote in newspapers, I freelanced for a lot of different outlets, and I think that really gave me a unique idea of what spreads online, because I've been publishing articles for so long and seeing which articles really just kind of took off and which really fell flat. And so I think I have like a really good ear for that. And I guess that if I had to say one of Jeff 3's strongest strengths outside of his design is that it knows what's going to be spread. Like I said, like we know if something's dead on arrival before it's even published, because we have such a good ear for what kind of data is interesting to people and what isn't. And a lot of it has to do with just going on to like Google News, news.google.com, and seeing what's in the news that week and trying to tie your data to that. Like with the geosocial universe, the reason we knew that was going to take off is because all those companies were in the news at that point. So we could target all those bloggers who were writing about those companies.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
How do you vet the data that you get? I mean, you're getting data from lots of different sources, correct? Like, how do you filter what's really informative and what's not, or what's scientific and what's not?
Yeah, nerd. Answer the question.
I mean, a lot of it comes there's always like a kickoff call with the client. And it's in that time, sorry, this is like really lagging over here. And it's that time where we really kind of dive into the data and see how rich it is. But I mean, it's really not that hard to determine how scientific the data is if it's done from kind of online polling. But a lot of these places have internal data, and it's just as accurate as their API allows it to be.
One more question? Do we have any? Yes? Oh, mustache. It's gonna be good.
So you talked at the beginning about the difference between data and information, and in my experience...
No, that guy did.
Well, I want your answer. In my experience, information is the overwhelming currency of conversation these days. How do we change that conversation to be about data rather than information?
Could you repeat it?
What's that? How do we change it from being about data to information?
So rather than having the conversation be about information, too often it is, how do we make it about data, which, as you correctly put it, is more important?
I honestly don't have the answer. I guess I've never like completely bought the whole information is different from data. I think that's kind of like a buzz phrase.
He disagrees. Guess who's talking to me later? Scientists for PR versus PR. Rumble. On the dance floor, sir. That's where it's going to end up. My Dougie's so much better. Thank you. Everyone, let's give it up for Simon Owens. That was awesome.